with the Roos. But they also went out and hired a new women's basketball coach who is a former head coach at UMKC, Candy Whitaker. We'll catch up with her at around 9:30. She was with UMKC back when I used to call the games, and I actually called the conference championship game where they lost a heartbreaker and was one shot away from getting to the NCAA tournament. And then she became the head coach at Texas Tech. She had a stop at Mo West up in Missouri Western, North Alabama, and now back at UMKC, so we'll talk to her just after 9:30. NCAA tournament started last night, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about the WBC, the World Baseball Classic. Venezuela beats the United States last night 3-2, and I was rooting for the United States, but it was awesome to see Michael Garcia and Salvador Perez and Winder Avila win for their country, win for Venezuela. And they were talking about in the broadcast how back in Venezuela they let school out early and people were allowed to leave work early to get ready to watch this. It meant so much, and they had already talked about how they were literally dancing in the streets after previous wins in the tournament. And so that was, I mean, and you saw if you watched the game and watched after the game, you saw the emotion. I mean, tears flowing everywhere, and how much that meant to the players for Venezuela, and how much it meant to Salvi. I mean, if you don't get goosebumps watching Salvi catch that third strike and get up and start celebrating, because, I mean, don't we want to see that? Isn't that something that we hope to see coming up at the end of this baseball season? How awesome would that be? So I love seeing that. And at plus 800 on DraftKings, I loved Michael Garcia. See, I'm correcting myself. Michael Garcia winning the MVP of the WBC. And man, whoever took advantage of that got to be pretty happy this morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen St. John.
Pretty nice thing to wake up to, huh? Man. You do any business on the WBC last night?
Not any successful business.
I had three things going. I put a little down on Bobby to win the MVP, and I put something on Michael Garcia to win the MVP, and then I did a stupid parlay, which I should have never done. Just three guys get a hit. Stupid.
Yeah. Not stupid.
But the Michael Garcia made it all worthwhile.
Yeah, right? Covered your bases.
That was good.
Yeah. No success for Jake last night. That's all right.
Because I know Salvi's the team I don't know who names the MVP. I'll be honest with you. Right after the game, I watched a couple of post-game interviews, a little bit of the celebration, and then I was out. And I wanted to wait up to see if he'd win it. But I thought, they're not going to give it to him. So I just went to sleep. But then when I woke up this morning, I saw that he won it. But Salvi had said in a couple of interviews that he was the best player on the team. He had been the best player on the team in the tournament. Not saying he's the best player on the team, but hell, who knows at some point with the way he's rolling. But he was named the MVP, so congratulations to Michael Garcia. And now we get these guys back for the Royals. And yes, I got irritated when in the broadcast booth they were talking about no team has been more successful than the Boston Red Sox. I'm like, bro, have you not been watching this tournament? Whatever. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not even going to mention it on the show tomorrow, but then I already have now because I was happy that the MVP was Michael Garcia and a reminder of how great the Royals were. And look, no one will talk about it now, but in a high-pressure situation in the 8th inning when the United States was down 2-0, Bobby Witt Jr. was up with 2 outs, and he worked a walk. He got on base. And then what happened? Bryce Harper hit the game-tying home run. And then what happened? Aaron Judge struck out. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. So now in these 2 losses that we've seen the United States have, Bobby Witt Jr. has come through in the high-pressure situation, and Aaron Judge hasn't. That's just for any former Chiefs wide receivers that might be listening to the show this morning. Or any former Chiefs fullbacks that are listening that can relay that message tomorrow.
I think that's way more likely.
Any former Chiefs wide receivers.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell them, Sherm.
It's fact, is it not?
Oh, absolutely. Judge was a disaster. Last night. Disaster.
Remember when Bobby got on base?
I do.
Remember when Judge got on base?
I don't.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I don't recall that happening last night.
No.
Oh, because it didn't.
Right. So congratulations to Venezuela. It was exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of boring for a while because Venezuela was holding on to a 2-0 lead. You're thinking, man, are they going to shut out the United States? But if you love good pitching, it was worthwhile. But then after Bobby Witt Jr. walked and Bryce Harper with the dramatic home run, 2-2, you're thinking, oh, boy, the Americans are going to come back and win it. But it didn't take long because Whitlock blew it. What are you laughing for?
That's just a funny line.
Is it?
Well.
Is it really?
In other contexts.
Right. Now, why, even though I wanted the United States to win, why did I kind of like the idea that the guy that blew it was Whitlock?
Doesn't have anything to do with Jason.
No. Because of the previous comments about how the Red Sox were good.
Right. Yeah.
And then the Red Sox got blew it, and then the Royals player won the MVP.
Right.
So I thought that was good. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, I thought we might be heading for some extras, some free baseball.
Oh, I was pretty sure because let me tell you, I was tired. But no, hey, don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoy watching the game. I watched all the game, and I would have been locked in. I absolutely would have been locked in for extra innings, but I really wanted it settled in 9, just for my purposes.
Oh, I got you.
I would have accepted the free baseball, the extra baseball.
Sure.
But
look a gift horse in the mouth.
I wanted the U.S. to win, but okay, we reached our limits here. Let me play.
Got them already.
Oh, do you? I want to play the 2 post-game clips. Your guy, Ken Rosenthal, caught up with Eugenio Suarez, who had the game-winning hit. And I appreciated this because I love real emotion. And when you hear how much, sometimes we hear that, right, in sports. Well, these athletes don't care. They don't care as much as the fans do. And in some instances that's true. But if you listen to Suarez, have you seen this interview yet? Dude, this was really good. Tell me you don't like this guy after listening to him interviewed by Ken Rosenthal right after the game, after he delivered the game-winning hit in the ninth inning. Here's Eugenio Suarez with Ken Rosenthal. And this, I thought, was a great interview.
Can you describe what this means for your country?
I mean, what can I say about this? It's amazing. God is good. All the glory is for Lord Jesus. He was with us the whole time. We have to glorify, put his name in front of everything. And nobody believed in Venezuela, but now we win the championship today. And it's a celebration for all the Venezuelan country.
Your go-ahead double in the ninth inning. What were you thinking when you were standing on second base?
I just prayed at the time. Going to my family out there, that was happy for me. God is good, man. God is good.
Eugenio, what made this team so special?
The union. We are together the whole time. We're not just teammates, we are family. This team is awesome. We are family here. That's why we play with passion, with love, because we feel the jersey, we feel our country in front of us. That's why this is a lot for us as players, as a people, as a human beings, and as a Venezuela. Now we are the champion.
Eugenio, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you could just, how much that meant to him. That was awesome.
Well, I mean, I felt like watching that game that it meant more to Venezuela than did the U.S. I just felt like there was more passion. There was just more. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how you measure that. It was just a feeling I got watching that these guys on the Venezuela team care a little bit more.
Well, listen to what Salvi. Okay, so we'll because you said that, you've altered the course of this first segment, but I'll accept it. Listen to Salvi again with close personal friend of Mike Boddicker, Ken Rosenthal, as Rosenthal interviewed Salvi. This is before the game in the dugout when Ken Rosenthal was talking with Salvi about what the WBC meant to him.
Sal, this could be your last WBC. You won a World Series with the Royals in 2015.
Thank you for being honest. I like that. Thank you for being honest.
All right, it could be. You won the World Series with the Royals 2015. For you, how would winning this tournament compare?
Oh, kind of like the World Series, I love Kansas City. I don't want people, get me wrong. I love the fan. I love Kansas City. I love the city. Thank you for everything. But when you play for your country, it's something different. It's something special, we play for 30 million people. It's super excited. I hope we can win tonight and give that to all the people in Venezuela because we got a lot of support from the fans, and they deserve that.
For all the Venezuelans here in Miami, all the Venezuelans back home, what would winning tonight mean?
It's gonna be super excited if we can win tonight. One thing that I wanna say that we're ready. We all believe on God. God the only know who's gonna win tonight. He know, but we prepare for compete, to give everything we have, and see what happens after the last out.
Sal, I wish you the best. I know you're a young man. Kevin, back to you.
That's the captain of the Royals and the captain of the Venezuelan team. And so then, I reposted that, and then you had people like trying to argue with what Salvi said. No, it doesn't mean as much for the World Series. This, that. Here's what I have to say. How can you decide what anything means to Salvi? It's not up to me.
Yeah, you can't.
It's not up to you. It's not up to anyone. It's up to him what something means to him.
Right.
And he said it's like winning the World Series. That's what it means to him. There's nothing to argue there. If I ask you, Jake, what does this mean to you, and you tell me, I can't say, well, no, that you're wrong.
No, yeah.
It doesn't. It means something different to you.
Right.
What are you arguing with? He was asked a question, and he says how much he loves Kansas City. He doesn't want people to get him wrong. But when he plays for his country, it's something different. It's like winning the World Series. Was there a problem there with that?
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. That's his personal feelings. It's where he's at in his career. It's where, I mean, that's, you know.
Because he's won a World Series,
Yeah.
and this is something he had not won.
Right. And so, I mean, I imagine if you had asked Aaron Judge that same question, it probably doesn't mean the same thing to him.
I mean, who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we don't know.
Who know? I'm like I said, I don't know.
Right.
I can't speak for him. There may be some guys in that dugout that, well, clearly there's some guys, I'm sure, in the United States dugout. It means more than others.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
That's an individual question.
The guys in that dugout probably means more to them than Scooble, right?
Who knows? Again,
a guy who's not willing to stick around.
Right.
I don't know. I mean that. You know, you hear stories about the Venezuelan manager trying to negotiate teams with, you know.
Oh, he's getting texts from GMs. Don't use my guy. Only use my guy if it's a safe situation.
Right.
They had to navigate their way around that.
So.
All right. Finally, let's play the MVP of the World Baseball Classic. Royals third baseman Michael Garcia talks about what winning the WBC means to him.
Michael, describe the emotions in your heart right now.
I'm just happy, man. You know, we don't was supposed to be here. People don't believe in us, but we believe in each other, and we did it. We did a job. We take everything for our country. The country needs it, and we need it too. And this is amazing. I can't explain everything I'm feeling inside and myself.
Where did that belief come from? Why did you believe?
Because we are talent. We play in Billy for fun reason. And we're here for fun reason. And, you know, we show the people who Venezuela is. Next time they make a ranking, Venezuela is the number one.
At the final out, who were you thinking about? I saw you stand still for a moment at the final out. Who was going through your mind?
I just was thinking people in Venezuela. You know, it's a hard process for people in Venezuela, and we play hard every single night for them, and like I said, they need this.
Gran felicidades, es un gran placer para mirar tu actuación. Gracias por todo.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
That was the MVP plus 800 to win the MVP. I'm just beaming this morning. Michael Garcia. And you know what? Now get me to opening day. And I'm reading all these different posts. Boy, I think I might be a Royals fan now. I can't wait to watch this team. People that aren't in Kansas City, baseball fans who just watched all these different players in the WBC. If you're not fired up for opening day now, 5 members of the starting lineup showcased their skills and were incredible. Let's go. Let's roll. Now let's go watch this team win the division. Come on. We'll take a break. Back after this on WHP. Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Want to remind people that today I'll be at Schlotsky's right here of 120th and Metcalf in Overland Park from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Enjoy buy one, get one free pizza. See? Grab lunch with a friend, bring the office, or just treat yourself to twice the flavor for the price of one. Take advantage of the BOGO pizza or flatbread special. Good at both Schlotsky's locations in Olathe and Overland Park, but I'll be here not too far from where we are right now, right down the street at Schlotsky's today in Overland Park off 120th and Metcalf from 11 until 1. So stop by and say hello. How's that sound, Mike Boddicker?
That sounds good because I got grandkids coming over to work in the yard today, and I have to feed them. So
BOGO pizza, buy one get one.
That might be a good idea.
Man, I'm loaded over here. I got my
I thought
cayenne ginger shot.
I meant something different there.
And my water, Jake, my water from KC Health Club.
Your hydrogen water.
Boy, Jake's just taking care of you there.
And then I've had an upset stomach for the past couple of days, so I have my cherry 7-Up.
Oh, no Dr. Pepper?
Well,
Maybe.
when my ample belly's hurting, I have some 7-Up, a cherry 7-Up. I've got some, how about this, Jake? Gluten-free and vegan cookies that Selena baked me.
Oh, nice.
And I woke up and went to get my bag, and she had put them out there for me this morning, so I got that.
No wonder you're so happy.
Got some oatmeal, got some coffee. I got
all your accoutrements.
Yeah. Wasn't that nice, though?
Yeah.
Look, oh.
Great daughter.
Shows now they're gluten free and they're vegans. I don't know if you know what, I'll love them because you made them. So.
Initially, the gluten-free stuff used to not taste so good, but
right.
we got a lot of good stuff out there now.
Well, when you make it yourself,
right?
No, I mean, Stephanie, my daughter, is very, very, very allergic to wheat. So, and we've got family members so we've been eating gluten-free for quite a while.
Yeah.
Different things.
Oh no, we've been introduced to this world because of Selena, but she's good. She's getting good at baking stuff and making it taste good, and so that was very nice. And Michael Garcia, MVP, plus 800 DraftKings. Let's go!
Michael.
Yeah.
I just found that out.
It's Michael. So.
Yeah, it's not Michael.
No.
It's Michael.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, me too.
And so
I told you when you guys were talking about him signing him, I said, yes. When he got over that pouting stuff and he quit doing that, he started becoming a player. Because he always had the ability. I mean, he used to hang his head a lot when he wasn't successful. And baseball is a game you're not going to be successful all the time. That's part of the deal.
Dealing with adversity.
Exactly. And last year he got over that hump, and yeah, he's a hell of a player.
And now they've signed him to an extension.
Yes.
And he goes out, and this is, again, the WBC is it's different because of the timing and everything else. But once it got going, I mean, you could see the level of competition, and to see what it meant to Venezuela, and to have him produce and to perform at such a high level, along with what Bobby Witt Jr. did, and along with what Vinny Pasquantino did, and Cags, and you know what Salvi is, and then, oh, by the way Luinder Avila looked when he came in and pitched the other night. I mean, how do you not get excited about what the Royals could possibly do this year?
Oh, like I said, we have the people. It's just a matter of health, to me. And we have depth in pitching. That's a good part. Even if somebody does go down, we have somebody to step up. I think we're going to fare very, very well this year.
But even like,
and I'm Mr. Negative, and I think I'm thinking pretty much the same thing you're thinking.
Oh, I got you.
We can be very good this year.
But so like this run that Team Italy had with Vinny as the captain.
Yeah, that was a nice run. That was fun for him.
But like Ned Coletti, the GM of that team, said, my 40 years in baseball, I have not seen a better leader than Vinny Pasquantino. Mm-hmm. But that means something, right?
Yeah.
To have that kind of because.
Well, that and when he said after it was done, he went and crushed some Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not like that?
Of course.
Right,
did
Jake?
Did you see that, Jake?
Shaking his head.
You didn't see that?
Yeah.
That was like the quote of the.
What'd you do? I went and crushed some Taco Bell.
Good for him, man.
Dude, there's always
what a guy.
It's,
I tell you, I love him. That's
he's fun, man.
He is.
He's so much fun.
He is.
The times are few and far between for me now because, when you're a young man, you can handle the Taco Bell. When you're an older man, not so much. But
once in a while,
when they asked him,
once in a while, it's okay.
This is the quote he's talking about. Look at this, Jake.
Yeah.
When he was asked how he celebrated the 3-home run game, I went back to the hotel with my wife, crushed some Taco Bell and some cookies.
Well, he deserved it.
Yeah.
He earned it.
But I mean, that's right.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's how you identify with an athlete.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Isn't that
right.
Verlander's go-to game meal?
Yeah, in Kansas City, I remember.
Exactly.
He said,
Taco Bell pizza?
Yeah.
Man, you just hit 3 home runs. You became the first guy to hit 3 home runs in the WBC. How did you celebrate? I went back to the hotel with my wife, crushed some Taco Bell and some cookies.
He's going to have some sponsorships.
But right.
With
The coffee and everything else.
Yeah.
But the role that he had as the leader on that team, and you have people that have been in baseball for 4 decades. I've
comments if you want to hear him again.
Sure, go ahead.
This is
You smart mouth.
Tom Verducci talking about
The Dooch.
GM Ned Coletti.
Vinny Pasquantino, the first baseman, you know him for his power. 32 home runs last year, 3 in one game against Mexico this year. But in the WBC, he has expanded on his power. The captain helps run the pregame hitters meetings. You'll see him during the game constantly talking to teammates about the opposing pitcher. And oh, by the way, he makes a mean cup of espresso in the dugout, hands out red wine to his teammates after the game, and leads the team in singing along to Bocelli and Sinatra on team charters. GM Ned Coletti has been in the game for more than 40 years, and he says Pasquantino is as great of a leader as he has ever been around. Vinny Pasquantino is El Cuore, the heart of Team Italy.
That's right.
El Cuore.
And they were talking to him about his role as being a leader. And he said, when I came up with the Royals, I had to kind of find my way because we already have a great leader. That's Salvi's clubhouse. But I've learned from the best. But you can have more than one leader, you know.
Yeah.
And now that Vinny has taken a step forward, we saw how we had Eric Hosmer on the show, humble brag, earlier this week. And we were talking about, the chemistry of those teams in 14 and 15 and how special that was. And,
I thought Nate didn't believe in chemistry, though.
That's fine. Whatever Nate believes in.
Yeah, okay.
I'm the opposite. And so, but that's real.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is. Definitely is.
Just like when you have some bad things going on in the clubhouse, it can tear a team apart.
Yep. You get the wrong people.
Or the wrong mix.
And it falls apart quick. I don't care how good you are. It does not fit. If it doesn't fit, not going to work.
If it doesn't, you must have quit.
Yeah, you must.
If it doesn't fit.
Hey, remember when Vinny? I can't remember what we were doing up on the stage. You were there.
Yeah.
And remember, and he was scared. He was scared to death. Remember, like a little kid.
I was talking to him backstage. What's up, Vinny?
Yeah. He goes, and he was just nervous as a day. I said, these people love you. Relax, just be yourself.
He had just been called up.
Been called up.
We had him at our 100-year anniversary celebration. And backstage he was
so nervous and scared. And now look at him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And that's the cool thing too, as I mentioned earlier, looking at all the people, interacting on social media about the WBC, and how many people have come to the realization, like, wow, this team's loaded. Even A-Rod, I know you respect everything that A-Rod says.
Yeah.
He said, I mean, the Royals are loaded. They've got some great years ahead of them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you saw it, and it's way different than just regular spring training games. But you saw.
It is, but it isn't.
You tell me, how so?
Look at the hitters. They're so far behind. You're telling me that USA lineup is only going to get 3 hits off that pitching that they saw last night? Nah. Not during the season, not in July.
So for the timing of it.
The timing of it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, very good point. But for like Bobby making those plays in the field.
Yeah, well,
and people watching that like
defense is a whole different
right,
story.
Like, oh my God, look how good this guy is. But we've seen this.
Yeah, we know, and we know what he can do, and we know what all these guys can do. But to watch Kyle Schwarber swing through fastballs right down the middle, and Aaron Judge look terrible up there. At the time,
well, it was an important game, so
yeah.
You know,
make sure you tell Dieter that.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know,
I'm sure that'll be brought up tomorrow.
Bobby Witt Jr. gets on base when the game is on the line.
Yeah, took a walk. Didn't try to do
Important
too much.
walk too.
Yeah,
it's pretty important.
And
walk.
then he scored. So
yeah.
I mean, you know,
yeah. I was waiting for him to try to steal off Salvi. I'm sitting there. Come on, you gotta go. I just want to see what Salvi try to throw him out.
But like, how can this help? Because the games are more important and more intense.
It's more intense. It really is.
So,
and I agree with Jake. To me, it looked much like Venezuela was much more involved and
more passionate
about
their country. And
the American guys were like, look at me, but no, that wasn't the same. It wasn't.
They got all fired up and Harper hit that home run. They wanted to win, but it's just.
Yeah, but that's the rest of the game. I mean, you look at the Venezuelan dugout as opposed to the American dugout, and it was completely different.
Well, gosh, look what they said about. I mentioned this
Completely
earlier
different.
that back in Venezuela, kids were allowed to go home from school early, and people were let out of work early so they could go home and prepare to watch this game. People were dancing in the streets.
I'm happy for them. That meant a lot to their country, and great. That's fine. It's just I know if this was played in July, nah.
But how much did you love seeing Salvi catch that third strike and get up and celebrate? Because I want to see that.
That tells me he's got at least 6 more years left the way he popped up, right?
Yeah, he's looking good. He's scoring.
I tell you what, he works his tail off in the off season to get himself in shape and working out. So,
but how much can this mean, like for a guy like Caglione, right?
Oh, big
to
see. It almost shows him, hey, I belong.
That's right.
And that's when you see that, it's like, oh, okay, that's that next step, that click. It's kind of like Vinny. Okay, I belong. And that's as a big leaguer, when you first come up, it's like, I don't know if I belong or not.
So you think that was good for Keg's development?
Yeah, it really was. That to me, that's guys like that. It meant more to than the superstars. It really, that's it. It helps him take that next step to say, okay, I'm a big leaguer now. Okay, I belong here.
We've got Mike Boddicker in studio. We'll be right back after this on WHP. What's up, Kansas City? Stephen St. John here for my great friends at Window Nation. If you've been thinking about getting new windows, now's the time to do it. Spring can be a tricky season weather-wise, but new windows from Window Nation can keep your home very comfortable no matter the weather. Plus, in March, the more you buy, the more you can save. Up to 50% off all window styles and 60 months zero interest. Can you believe that? That is an incredible deal. Visit windownation.com for your free consultation today. And remember, the expert installations take just 1 day, and Window Nation products are backed by a lifetime warranty. Visit windownation.com for your free consultation, and when you talk to the people at Window Nation, tell them Stephen St. John sent you. Welcome back to the show. The Royals still taking part in spring training despite the WBC.
Yeah, I've been kind of looking at that.
The Royals made a flurry of roster moves yesterday.
It's time.
As the opening day roster begins to take shape, most notably optioning right-hander Ryan Berger to AAA Omaha. He was competing for a rotation spot, but the Royals opted instead to have him in AAA to begin the season so he can stay stretched out as a starter.
Yep, good move.
And likely be the first one they call on when they need depth. Mike Gutierrez said he had a great spring. He pitched really well for us at the end of last year. He's come in and done it again this spring, but we have to thin out. Don't we all? Boy, I was just thinking that the other day. I got to thin out. And they have to make a decision here at the end. We've talked about putting him in the bullpen, but we just figure at this time, keep him stretched out and get him built up as a starter. He probably deserves to be on the team in some role, but our decision right now is to preserve depth. We know it's unlikely to use only 5 starters throughout the season, and he's a really good quality option. So do you agree with that decision, not to put him in the bullpen, but to put him at AAA and keep him stretched out in case they need him as a starter?
Yes, you have to have 1 or 2 guys down there ready to go just in case there's a problem. Somebody gets hurt.
Someone poops the bed early and
there could be issues where somebody's got to go on leave, maybe a sick dad, sick mom,
anything.
Yeah, you don't know. So you have to have a couple bullets in the gun down in AAA to be able to come up here and take that spot.
I mean, that's how Noah Cameron got pulled. I mean, he didn't start the season with the run. I mean, he came up and just lit the world on fire. So I mean that's he was that guy last year.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have that. I was that guy for a long time. That's why I was in Rochester so many years.
And here we go. The Royals have discussed a 6-man rotation to open the season.
No.
Where a pitcher such as Bailey Falter could pitch out of the bullpen if he's needed for the first series of the year in Atlanta and then slide in as a 6th starter when the Royals play a stretch of 12 games in a row before their next day off day on April 13th. Just say no.
No, I did.
Okay.
Few times.
I want to hear it again.
Yeah.
The other roster moves the Royals made yesterday included optioning right-hander Mason Black and outfielders Cameron Meisner and John Rave to AAA. They were all long shots to make the opening day roster.
That's good.
But they still have to decide who's going to be in the bullpen and the final spot or 2 on the bench. Bailey Falter's one of the guys that's in contention for the bullpen. Alex Lang, Daniel Lynch, Steven Cruz, Luinder Avila, man, look.
Yeah.
he looked terrific. I'd love to see him in the bullpen, even though they view him, long term as a starter. Hell, who knows? Because I said this, and I'm not trying to jinx anything.
Yes, you are.
I'm not caving in to the pressure.
You're caving.
The Drake and Lebo.
Well,
but I am, and hopefully I'll be proven wrong. I am somewhat nervous about Carlos Estevez.
Understand? I do. I get it. Yeah.
His lack of velocity early in the season. I mean, nobody had more saves than him last year, but it was a rocky journey at times.
At times it was, and every time the arm goes through, that's one less you got left in your body.
Should I be nervous about it?
I might. But you got Urseg sitting back there, too, which is kind of nice.
They've added Matt Strom.
Yeah, I like him, by the way. I like Strom.
That's what, I don't, at some point, I could see, Avila has closer stuff.
Yeah, he does.
See that.
Yeah, he does. Why not? We got plenty of starters.
Jake, you good on? Am I wrong to be nervous about
Estevez?
No,
you should be.
No,
you should be.
I agree with you.
But cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Let them have at it, and then
I just don't want them to give away games early.
Yeah.
You can't afford to give any games away in this division. So
the bench is more up in the air because of injuries. Michael Massey is still recovering from a left calf strain. He's getting at bats in minor league backfield games. That guy's got to stay healthy, man.
No, he can't. That's a problem.
If he's healthy by opening day, he'll take one of those roster spots. His final spot is going to come down to Nick Lofton and Tyler Tolbert, or a mix of non-roster invitees like Abraham Toro, Brandon Drury, Josh Rojas, and Kevin Newman. A lot of experience there, but
yeah,
I like Tolbert because of his speed. Steal bases, come off the bench, be a weapon, versatile, the positions he can play. What about Nick Lofton?
I'm not.
No,
not
on the bench.
Not for a division contending team.
And Massey, I mean, I think he could be good but he can't stay healthy.
No, he cannot.
So then he can't be consistent. But
no, you can't really count on that. Yeah, if he would stay healthy, but it hasn't proved that he can.
Lane Thomas has looked really good.
Yes.
So there's hope there that maybe the Royals were able to get a productive outfielder for cheap. And he has been in the past. But again, if he can stay healthy, but he's looked, again, it's dangerous to take too much away from spring training numbers, but he's looked as good as you would hope. He's looked the part. So.
Yeah, well, health is a huge issue when it comes to this game.
I agree with you.
A lot of guys getting hurt. I don't understand, not only pitchers, but position players. Why? I don't get it. You used to be able to go out and shake somebody's hand and you were loose.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Yeah.
We've got Mike Boddicker in studio back after this on WHP. What's up, Kansas City? Steven St. John here for my friends at WeatherTech Renovations. And if you had hail around your house in your neighborhood, then perhaps you suffered some roof damage. And if you need someone to do that inspection, then you need to contact my friends at WeatherTech Renovations. Brian Donegan and his team are your trusted local roofing experts. And you know the weather can be crazy in the Midwest. We've had brutal freezing temps. We've had snow. We've had ice. We've had that damn hail. And now it's going to start to get warm again. But maybe damage was done to your roof. If your shingles are curling, if you got leaks, drafty rooms, or suspicious stains on your ceiling, then you need to pay attention to the warning signs and contact WeatherTech Renovations. As I said, Brian Donegan and his team at WeatherTech specialize in roof inspections, emergency repairs, long-term protection. They can help you when you need it, and you can trust them. So what you need to do is give them a call today at 816-988-8957. Okay, go with someone that you can trust when inspecting that roof to see if there's any damage from the hail up there. 816-988-8957 or online at WTRenovations.com.